Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Top of the top, the hustle don't stop. Top of the top, the hustle don't stop. I hope everybody had a safe Halloween. I don't fuck with Halloween. Every Halloween I do a live saying fuck Alpo Martinez because that's the day that supposedly he lost his life a couple of years ago. I still fuck Alpo, whether he's alive or dead. I'm always say that. But get over to my man Monster Mo. Get over to my man Monster Mo. Just talk, real talk. He did a couple of segments. I got to give him his props on this. He did a couple of segments on the Alpo Martinez show. Yo, Ming, what up, baby? You all right? You good? We ain't shooting over here. We ain't shooting. Shout out to Ming in the building, yo. Shout out to Ming. That nigga Ming said, yo, these motherfuckers said I can't rock the stage by myself. Yo, I was laughing so hard. Yo, let me tell you something. I just thought about something. When I want to laugh, I keep telling y'all, that nigga Ming is going to make you laugh, whether you mad at him or not. The nigga is funny. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. But shout out to what I was saying. Make sure y'all get over to Monster Mo, y'all. Get over to Monster Mo. Just Talk Real Talk TV. And subscribe to my nigga. Like I said, he in his own lane. He got great content. That nigga he funny too. The nigga is funny as fuck also. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Monster. That nigga's, yo, the nigga Monster Mo did a picture like he was D'Angelo. You dig what I'm saying? So like I said, man, like everybody that's in their own lane, I ain't knocking nobody. Fucking do your motherfucking thing. I'm going to try to stay over here in my senior citizen lane. Shout out to the senior citizens on YouTube. Shout out to the senior citizens in YouTube. Shout out to everybody that got the American Association for Retired People card. You dig what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'm cool with it. You dig? 45 cents for a cup of coffee from McDonald's. I'm in. You understand what I'm saying to you? But like I said, shout out to Just Talk Real Talk Monster Mo. He did a show. I don't believe Alpo Martinez is dead. I'm going to keep it funky with you. The reason why I speak his name the way I do, because it's fuck him. Now, if he wouldn't have affected my heart the way he did, you know what I'm saying? If anybody know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If he wouldn't have, if his name wouldn't have been called for this man right here, rest in peace to Demencio. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If let me be real. If Alpo name wasn't called, and unfortunately the demise of my man right here, rest in peace to Demencio. If you know, you know. Tell you the truth, the only thing that I would have had against him is I'd have been like, he a rat. The only thing I'd have had against Alpo, I'm not gonna lie to you, is that he's a rat. But as far as the nigga being a gangster, I can't never take that away from him. I'm not gonna never take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? Alpo was a gangster. Well, I believe the nigga's still alive. It's still fuck him if he's listening. You dig what I'm saying? If Alpo Martinez is listening to the Big Dice motherfucking Chronicles, fuck you, my nigga. Only because you took my nigga Demencio life or you was involved with that. But if it wouldn't have been for that, the only thing I'd have had to say about him is he was a rat. But let me explain something to you. A rat that'll kill you is a very dangerous individual in these streets. A very, very dangerous individual in these streets. And my man Monster Mo, he did 2 shows. I shared it on my live. So if y'all don't get over there to him, I shared it on my live. He did an interview where when one of Alpo's closest friends was riding around through Harlem and he was talking about Alpo on the night when he supposedly lost his life on that dreadful night, Halloween, 2 years ago. But the man said something. Monster Mo said something that made me pay attention to what he was saying, because shout out to Sweet Tea. You know, the female heroinist, God, Queenpin of Harlem. And shout out to my nigga Big Face Gary. If you know, you know. Get over there and subscribe to him. He did an interview with her. And Sweet Tea was the first one that led to these thoughts that might make somebody question if Alpo Martinez is really alive or dead. Because she said, like, if you pay attention to the video, go check out the Big Face Gary. Go shout out to my nigga Big Face Gary from Rockefeller. Go over there and subscribe. Yo, FTC, I see you in the building. Go over there and watch the interview when she's talking about Alpo Martinez and how she hesitated and then she looked off and then she paused when she said, well, he just gonna deal with things when he wants to. See, now if a person is no longer alive, the only way that a person can deal with something is in heaven and hell. But right then, boom, we're gonna get to another dude. We're gonna get to another dude that was so cool with Alpo. Shout out to Monster Mo. Y'all gotta go check out this man Clips, where the guy was riding around and then he said, I quote, he said, that was a sad night for me when we found out that Alpo was killed. I quote. And then the dude said, 2 days later, I was all right. I wasn't sad no more. So me personally, from burying friends and losing friends, unfortunately, in the street, I'm still mourning to this day when it comes to my nigga M. I got a bunch of friends. When it comes to Rumble, I'm still mourning to this day. Shit, when it comes to M, I'm still mourning to this day. Shit, when it comes to motherfucking Dead Cat, I'm still mourning to this day. When it comes to the greatest China Rob, Notion Avenue legend, I'm still mourning to this day. So for a person that was so close to him to say 2 days later he was no longer upset, get over to Just Talk, Real Talk, Monster Mo, and go pay out. And I'm going to try to go down that rabbit's hole with it because I'm going to start doing some more investigating because when the whole situation with when I seen the truck of Alpo Martinez that he was supposed to be in the night that he supposedly lost his life, I'm a shooter. What I mean by that is I'm not talking about in the streets. I'm retired. I'm talking about I go to the gun range. I have legal firearms. So I go to the gun range. And then one thing I've learned when I started going to the gun range with my cousins and stuff down, my uncles down here, if you pay attention to the truck that was shown of Alpo Martinez allegedly the night he lost his life, it was 8 to 9 shots. And it was 8 to 9 shots in something called a tight grouping. If you know anything about shooting, a tight grouping means simultaneously the bullets are unbelievably seemingly close to the original shot. You dig what I'm saying? And that said his ID wasn't the real dude, had a whole new identity. See, that's what we're gonna get into. We're gonna get into it. But I ain't gonna take that light from Monster Mo. I'm not gonna take no light from Monster Mo. I'm gonna do my own investigative. Like I said, I don't fuck with Poe. And the only reason why I don't fuck with Poe is because of Demencio. If it wasn't, like a lot of said, people in Harlem wasn't upset with Poe for ratting. People was upset with him for allegedly being responsible for the death of Rich Porter. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then the man that was arrested, pay attention, the young man that was arrested because ironically, they put the whole story out that him and the young man was arguing over his girlfriend. Well, if you want to check it out, the young man that originally that was arrested for the killing of Alpo Martinez has been set free. He has been set free. He has been set free. That's a cold-blooded fact, and that he has been set free. You know what? Forgive me, y'all, for being rude. Forgive me. Can anybody but a dead body do me a favor? Do me a favor and put some dice cubes up. If I can shout out everybody and all the good people in the building. You understand what I'm saying to you? For real. If y'all can hear me crystal clear, just give me them dice cubes so I can shout y'all out. Because I got some content for y'all today. TT, I see you in the building, girl. They got some content for y'all, man. Thank you, Annette. She said, yo, you crystal clear. Let me shoot to the top and shout everybody out that's in the building that typed in so far. You dig what I'm saying? First, we had my man Drop Guard. Peace to the guard. He was up in the building. You understand what I'm saying to you? Next was the sister Annette. You understand what I'm saying to you? We got the crazy real E Ming in the building. He said, yo, Dice, I'm just passing through. Nah, we don't do no shooting over here. Grown folks content. Shout out to Ming. Somebody drop his link. You dig what I'm saying? Make sure y'all, if y'all want to laugh, like I said, I can't hate you. The nigga gonna make you laugh. He might make you want to squeeze his face, like China Brim said. But the nigga does make you laugh. Sir Valentino, appreciate you for pulling up in the building, beloved. Miss Tanja, I see you in the building. I see you, girl. I see you. Annette, she's in the building. She's here. The sister is here. She's in the building. Let me see who else we got in this building right quick. Dog Soldier, he's in the building. Happy belated birthday to you, man. You cool and everything, dog, but I ain't fucking with no iguanas. You tougher than me, my man. The nigga dog was at a hotel where it was iguanas chilling at the pool. You know me, I'm kind of scared of iguanas because they too similar to snakes and they too fast for my ass. You dig what I'm saying? I wasn't trained by Rocky's trainer. FTC Vice, the bro was in the building. See, y'all came out to get some of this content. My man, the big friendly, the man himself, Big Spider-Man is in the building. Salute, beloved. I see you for pulling up. Appreciate you pulling up. Coming through to get some of this grown folks content. You understand what I'm saying to you? And TT the Oracle, she's in the building. And I say this from my heart. Whoever getting this woman upset, I'm telling y'all playing with motherfucking fire. I listen to TT, and it's so deep. She says some of the things that I've said. She's like a female. She has the same. Well, then that's that TT is different. Shout out to Just Eric in the building. TT said the same thing I be saying. I'd be like, just leave me alone, y'all. Can I just do my East New York? I see you in the building, sis. TT just asking people, let her do her content. But TT, you said something today that made me think up. You got to understand something. You can't go nowhere. You know why you can't go nowhere? Because whatever entities that you're talking about, or whatever entities that you feel as though that may be against you, because you know right from wrong, you know fake from reality, and you know fake from authenticity. This is why we need more people like you around. This is why we need more people like you around. I felt the same way at times. I've said, you know what, man, I'm just tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna keep fucking with this shit. This shit is fucking with my anger, it's fucking with my attitude, fucking with my motherfucking, just everything about me. But then I had to pay attention to something. Shout out to the dark sector. Shout out to the dirty sector. You dig what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, like teacher, you got to understand something. You can handle it. You can handle it. I know you can handle it. But mentally, you got to prepare yourself for this, because it's not too many people, unfortunately, in this sector or in any sectors surrounding us. You know what I'm saying? That's really cool with just being on some great content or being, yo, you know what I told my nigga Dog this the other day. I was talking to Dog the other day. We was talking about the other sector. Shout out to my nigga Aggressive Defiance. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Net Stars for pulling up for that great conversation. Shout out to Phoenix Blaze. You know, Miss Savannah. You know what I'm saying? You know, they got a little crew over there, and then everywhere, every sector we go to, we have to understand that it's trolls. There's gonna be people that's banging. You know what I learned, y'all? It's some people that just want to motherfucking bang. It's just like the children nowadays. You got some kids that want to go to school, then you got some kids that just want to drill, man. Yo, just people are gonna do what they want. You dig what I'm saying? I just pray for a lot of people, because in the Quran it tells you, when you partake and you participate in so much evil and so much controversy and so much messiness in the Quran, they say Allah closes your eyes and closes your heart from feeling and blinds your eyes from reality. So you're sitting in a spot of a tormented space. Of a tormented space, you know what I'm saying? It's like they see, that's what I love about Quran, like Islam, like you're gonna always be forgiven. You can always be forgiven for what you didn't know. But see, the difference with Allah, you dig what I'm saying? It's just God. Allah is just God in Arabic. So I don't know when people be saying, yo, Allah this and Allah. It just means arm, leg, arm, supreme head. It's just God. It's just the Muslim word, the Arabic word of God. Just like we say, gaining one's definition. God is just an acronym. It's like laugh out loud. It's just an acronym. It means gaining one's definition. You understand what I'm saying to you? So when it comes to certain people, we can't get mad no more. You dig what I'm saying? I've learned, matter of fact, I'm going to use Ming for example. I've watched Ming shows. Ming's just joking. He ain't coming from his heart with no malicious shit. He's not. Some of the people around Ming, they have they got other alternative motives. They got other alternative motives. But Ming, he just gonna get on your nerves. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna crack jokes and have a good time. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, and I laughed at him the other day because, yo, he was going at Sean Prince. I don't even say Sean Prince's name, but Sean Prince, I guess, was trying to pull at Ming because me and Ming ain't go through nothing. We just, friends from YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ming get me mad because I feel as though what I see in certain people, they at times they don't want to put it out. That's the only, yo, if you got Ming and his wife going around feeding homeless people, if you got Ming and his wife going around feeding homeless people, and that shit was funny. The nigga Ming said we got the barbecue chicken. We got the rice and peas. We got the macaroni and cheese. He said we got the mixed vegetables. And the funniest part about this shit, the nigga Ming had a paper bag with about 500 oatmeal cookies in that shit. So the nigga really be cooking and shit like that. So shout out to Ming and his wife. You know what I'm saying? Too many people be really thinking about giving back to the misfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I changed to East New York. She said you finally changed your avatar. I got a bunch of them. You know, I got a bunch of them. This is my grown man. Shout out to Liddy. Shout out to Liddy. Liddy put this avatar together for me. This is my grown man, the man of peace, who I aspire to be. You dig what I'm saying? This is my grown man avatar. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not with all that. Like I said, everybody, I rock how y'all rock. I respect it. It ain't no beef. You know what I'm saying? You know, I be upset. I be in my feelings about certain shit sometimes. Like we do that in the hood with our brothers and sisters. So you know. But yeah, all jokes aside, like seriously, no, the toilet bowl, that one got to stay. That's when we shitting on. That's when we shitting on them, girl. That's when we shitting on. Because let me tell you something. Everybody ain't gonna like everybody. I learned that. Everybody not gonna like everybody. And then there's some people on YouTube that are very, very much more dangerous on this app. They're very much more manipulative. You dig what I'm saying? They're very, very dangerous. And then, you know, me personally, I don't want to be dangerous anymore. I don't want to be angry anymore. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting to be a grandparent. I'm waiting on being a grandparent. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a fact. My nigga Liddy in the building. He bought this one up. He said this is the grown folks. Liddy, I told y'all Liddy did this for me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Liddy. The Ville's in the building. You know what I'm saying? This is my calm avatar. You know what I'm saying? This is my informative avatar. But I got one thing I tell people. I've said this about China, so I can say it now about Ming. I see the same thing in Ming. When China starts going at people, he's ranking. He's just ranking. Like he's not maliciously trying to hurt nobody or get nobody hurt. And I had to pay attention to Ming. Ming ain't trying to get nobody hurt. But Ming will say some shit that make you say, oh. And that's entertainment, to tell you the truth. That's still entertainment, y'all. You dig what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about nothing happening to nobody. I don't like hearing people bang. Y'all won't even believe this. I don't like hearing people bang. I don't. Even though people be like, yo, Dice, you know you be banging in it. Nah, I'm not. That shit ain't me. That shit be fucking with my health. That's some real G shit, y'all. That shit fucks with my health. You know what I'm saying? My chest, my heart, my head. Nah, I don't need to be sitting up with no motherfucking, feeling like my head is swollen because I couldn't calm down. You know what I'm saying? Dog said respectfully, you have no choice other than to take a stand if it's right or wrong. That's a cold-blooded fact. So that's why shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, that knows certain things are just a joke. I pray for the people because that's Shaitan that is taking over their heart that really want to see people getting hurt. You dig what I'm saying? That's another thing. I didn't seen too many people get hurt. I didn't watch niggas die. Niggas done died in front of me. Like, yo, and you know what? I got sad. I laughed. Ming said this shit. He said, yo, this nigga story, this nigga be sounding like he coming out of a fucking movie. Yo, that was a compliment, Ming, if you're still in the building. That was a fucking compliment. I said that shit before. Nigga Ming said, yo, this nigga Dice, it's like this nigga story be coming out of, yo, you know, sometimes, y'all, I just be sitting up getting sad. If I was to do a show on all my peoples that was murdered, I'm talking about females involved also. Rest in peace to Marissa Reyes. They found my homegirl in Kings Plaza with her eyes and her motherfucking tongue cut out her goddamn head. That's a fact. She had 7 children. Shout out to her daughter, Iris. That's a fact. If I was to do a show on the individuals that I know that were unalived, I would be, yo, I'm telling you, man, y'all don't notice when y'all don't notice I be putting up pictures. Rest in peace, my nigga Rum. fault. Thank you, Ming. I thought y'all could hear me all that time. My fault, y'all. I'm thinking y'all can hear me all that time. I had a phone. I just one of them, them bullshit. My fault, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I just seen it. But like I said, when it comes to, like I told people, when it comes to Islam, I plan on going to Chicago. I'm trying to go to Chicago this summer. You know what I'm saying? To get around my cousins and them. It's like a great big Muslim community out there. And I seen some things with some children, with some kids. I'm talking about babies, talking about Islam, because some people think that that's religion. Islam is not religion, it's the way of life. It has religious aspects, but no, it's just the way of life. 93 Carnage, I see you in the building. And you know what? I've been studying, I've been reading my Quran, I've been practicing my Arabic, and one of the good brothers I know told me, say, yo, man, come on out there and get around some great people. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. He said, pardon me, anyone that was waiting for the main training classes November the 1st. Damn, my grandmother got COVID, and for me and my family comes first. That's right. The son of Sam, David Berkowitz, killed my homegirl. Damn. And yo, I hope you get over that COVID. You know what I'm saying? Tell grandma we got our prayers going out to her. Damn, Mister, I think. See, that's what I said. If I was to do a show on that, that's why I said I actually give. Ming let me know how fucked up I am, because certain shit a bunch of us been through, to the average person, would seem like a movie. I had somebody tell me the other day, yo, Dice, you may not believe this shit, but you a legend. And I'm like, a legend, you know what I'm saying? And then they said to me, they was like, you know why? She said, because when y'all hear about people, when y'all hear me talk about Demencio, you know what I'm saying, and the one-armed monks, you know what I'm saying, and the puttios, you know what I'm saying, like certain people, they would think these people are really, really made up people. Like my man, when I tell y'all, my man, Lewis Hobbs, Donald Trump gave that nigga a pardon. You understand what I'm saying to you? My pops, my uncles, and all of them, certain shit, as children, I should have not been exposed to. Well, I make sure y'all getting to something. I want to talk about something right quick. I want to talk about something pertaining to this EBT. This right here is the mayor of Atlanta. This is the mayor of Atlanta right here. I want everybody in here to give a round of applause and to shout this mayor out. I want this man to be respected and praised the way he should be, because of him, Atlanta will have free water. Pay attention. Free rent and free water in Atlanta until January the 31st. Mayor Dickens did that. How y'all feel about that? Is that good or bad? The mayor of Atlanta said no one has to pay for their rent. Yo, Carnage, you must have switched up your this must be a different account, because you gotta wrench, beloved. I'm gonna get you right though. That's a fact. How y'all feel about that? Annette said this is a real man right here. He gave the whole state of Atlanta, check this out, until January 31st, free rent and free water. How y'all feel about that? 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 The mayor of Atlanta just passed the law. He said nobody will be paying for any water. Nobody will be paying for any rent until January 31st. So that means no bills will be accumulated, warranted, or deemed until February the 1st. Queen Gigi said, I feel as though that's good, Dice. I feel as though that's good. I feel as though that's good. Tanya said, yo, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right, all right. Is anybody in here, because you know all our opinions mean something, does anybody in here feel as though that's bad? I'll wait. I'm the second one to say what Dog is saying. I say it's bad. I say it's bad. Anybody else? Liddy said, nah, that ain't good at all, Big Dice. Do you understand they're going to make you pay that back, right? See, they didn't say that the depth of the water bill and the depth of the rent would be wiped clean. They just said that there wouldn't be no rent and water paid. Pay attention until January 31st. They good. So you won't be having to pay no rent and no water until February 1st. You think they ain't gonna want that money back? Do y'all think they don't want that paper back? Shit, I know some niggas lost their motherfucking stimulus. I know some niggas lost their stimulus check because of child support. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. I know some niggas that lost their stimulus check because of child support. They should have lost their check because they wasn't taking care of your children. Hold up, I'm not saying that I'm agreeing with that. I'm not saying that I'm agreeing with that. I'm trying to give you a perfect example. If you are on child support, ladies, pay attention to this. The government decides that they will what? Accommodate you everything that you're supposed to be paid by your child's father, by any mean, by any amount of means. If you have two with them, three with them, if they decide to charge them $140 a child a month, you dig what I'm saying? The government says, we're going to give you that money up front because you proved as though that this person is the father, and you proved that you prove to the world that you need some type of assistance that the father is not giving you to help take care of yourself and your children. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You don't notice how when some of them dudes was with the jobs that was paying child support, sometimes when they decided that they wanted to claim their child on income tax, you see what they did, right? You see they took that money, right? You see they took that money, right? I think, just my opinion, just my opinion, I think that this is wrong. Because unless you stipulate that the debt is completely free, and unless you accommodate the rest of Georgia, the rest of, see, Atlanta is a big place. See, but Atlanta is in Georgia. Georgia is not in Atlanta. Okay, I'm gonna say this one more time. Atlanta is in the state of Georgia. Atlanta is a city. That's not a state. That's not a state. Georgia is the state. So this is the question right here why I tell you there's going to be some type of controversy, because how come only the state of Atlanta is even being considered for this type of exemption? Why are they trying to say that? Why is it only free rent and water in Atlanta? See how they specifically say that? In Atlanta until January 31st? The mayor right here, he stands behind that. Why they not doing that for the whole Georgia? Damn, Ron. He said, and by the end of January, they will be up for eviction because they can't pay the back rent. Or they're going to do what? Or they're going to do what? They're going to set up payment plans with interest. They're going to set up payment plans with interest. Does that make any sense? But the rest of Georgia, what if they just decided to say, well, shit, I ain't paying for my motherfucking rent or my water neither. What is so important about Atlanta? What is so important about the city, Atlanta, that they feel as though Atlanta, water and rent cannot be charged this 2 months? I'm gonna stay on top of this story though. Do anybody remember these two right here? My man Tribe said, yo, it's a test market for the UBI. Salute, Tribe. Do y'all remember these two right here? This right here is the young lady that was coming out of Foot Locker with this young man right here, which is her brother. Four men approached her brother, because this is the loophole. See, pay attention to when you're a firearm owner. See, I'm about to give y'all some work. I'm about to give y'all some work about being a firearm owner. Get your popcorn, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds were cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like, high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you slide through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
Annette said, I'm glad she's home. Do y'all know why she's home? Matter of fact, let me ask y'all something. Do any of y'all know what her bail was? And for those of y'all that don't know who this young lady was coming out of Foot Locker with her brother, and four men approached her brother brandishing firearms, and she, a licensed firearm holder, pulls her gun, shoots four people, and unalives 2 of them. Do y'all understand what I just said? Did anybody understand what I just said? Her brother coming out of Foot Locker. 4 individuals approach her brother, brandishing firearms. Then she takes it upon herself to do what? Pay attention, because this is how they're going to say it in court. To shoot 4 men that were trying to harm or unalive her brother. Stop, I say. I see you in the building, beloved. Maybach, salute. Pay attention. See, Dog Soldier, if he's still in the building, he could attest to this. If there's anybody in here, matter of fact, Annette, she has a legal firearm. She can attest to this. This is some deep shit. Do anybody know what her bail was? Pay attention, dog. I want you to stay with me. He said, unfortunately, they forced her to defend her life. Okay, I'm gonna ask you again, dog. Now, let's talk, doggy. Fizzy, 718, I see you in the building. Let's talk for a second, dog. Let's talk for a second, dog. You said something that was very important. My man, City Boy, is in the building. He said if she was Caucasian, she would have been a hero, but because she's color, they trying to take her down. See? That's why I'm glad we got some great people in here to talk. $2.5 million. That's what he meant by 250, y'all. $2.5 million was her bail. So if they put up a house or bond, 10% of $2.5 million is 250 grand. Hold on, dog. You put me on to that, so you know she ain't got it. If she had it, she wouldn't have been in jail so long. Make sure you let everybody know what the USCCA is, dog. Okay, my man said her charges, it seems like she wasn't licensed. No, she was a licensed firearm. But see, I'm gonna tell you something. Mr. Jake, that's a meme. Big Brooklyn. See, I gotta salute, boy. Salute. Oh shit. I see you, boy. Salute. Real Brooklyn shit. That's family in the building, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We gotta get to this work. We gotta get to this work. See, we got people in here with licensed firearms. I would have never known anything like this if I didn't have a licensed firearm. Let me put you on to some shit. That's a fact, Tanya. $2.5 million. $2.5 million. But guess who is the reason why she came home so fast on bail? He's a double tundra this time in this conversation. Meek Mills. Speaking of a rapper that used his political influence, because if you pay attention, Meek Mills and Jay-Z, they have an organization. They have an organization of privately funded organization of a lot of people that's been paying into this organization to fight people charges that were wrongfully convicted. To fight people charges that were wrongfully convicted and get people's what? Sentences overturned. Meek Mills is the one that got outraged. Meek Mills is the one that took it upon himself. He said, because why was she railroaded? Meek Mill said, I want to know, why was she arrested? Why was this woman right here arrested? Shit, she walking out of a store. 4 men go to rush her brother. She pulled her licensed firearm. She hit all 4 of them. 2 of them, she sent to the upper room. May they rest in peace. Two of them she sent to the upper room. May they rest in peace. Because we don't know the whole aspects and the dynamics of this story. We just know they was coming out of Foot Locker. 4 men, assailants, rushed her brother. But can anybody tell me why they charged her with murder? Come on, dog. You got a licensed firearm, dog. Don't make me give my brother them 20 seconds, you know. Annette, don't make me give you 20 seconds. Don't make me give the family 20 seconds. Warning shot. Nah, Ron BX. Nope. She had the gun license. She had a gun license. She has a license to carry a fucking firearm. But see, this is what they tell you when you have a licensed firearm. You have to be an imminent threat. You have to feel as though your life is an imminent threat. Okay, I'm going to say it to you one more time. Meek, I see you in the building. Love, girl, I see you. Shout out to the sis. That's a cold-blooded fact, Meek. She is her brother's. Now, pay attention. Now, if y'all don't know who Meek is, that's family right there. If y'all don't know, Jackie Robinson Finest right there. Long live Rum. Everybody, if you know, you know. I ain't going to get into everything, but let me tell you something. This woman right here can tell you everything that she's saying. Because she'd have did it if it was one of her brothers or one of us. You understand what I'm saying to you? Licensed firearm, somebody trying to hurt one of us. But see, you got to pay attention. Ron BX said it is threatened. District attorney want to tell her, the district attorney, the first thing they said the district attorney said allegedly is, when did you feel as though your life was in threat? That's a hell of a fucking question when you have a licensed firearm, y'all. First of all, one more time, let's walk through the story again. Walk through the story again. She's coming out of the store with her brother, Foot Locker. 4 individuals approach her brother brandishing firearms. She takes it upon herself, human nature, to protect her family and pull her firearm. Dog said facts. Once the threat is neutralized or the threat level changes, you cannot engage with any fucking one. See, all of us right now, we're using the empathetic and the sympathetic side of us because we're saying that's her. That's her. You would want your sister to protect your life. You would want your sister to protect your life if she had the upper chance. Just like as a brother, you would protect your sister's life. You dig what I'm saying? But see, we have to pay attention. We ain't talking about in the hood. We're not talking about in the hood. If I'm standing on a motherfucking block and a nigga run up on me and Meek got the drop and she hit him, boom, boom, and we gone. We're not talking about that. We talking about when did she feel as though she was in a threat. Yes, she can identify that. Young girl can identify that she felt as though that her brother's life was in threat. She identified with that. Her brother's life is in debt. In threat, excuse me. So she took it upon herself to protect her brother. But see, that shit don't work like that in the eyes of the law, y'all. Just like that, it don't work like that in the eyes of the law if you don't have a license to carry a firearm. Okay, I'm going to say it to you one more time. It don't work like that when it comes to criminal charges being brought up and someone else losing their life. It's just like, for example, with a police officer. When a police officer discharges his firearm, right? Somebody is shot, somebody is wounded, somebody's life is taken. They have to do what? Turn their firearm in and go through an investigation from what? Internal Affairs to make sure that they accurately were in the right to discharge their firearm. Guy, I see you in the building. Salute. See, that's the whole thing. See, first of all, I want everybody, we got to snap our mind out the street. Yeah, in the streets, exactly that's what we would have done, allegedly. Allegedly. And you see what? I'm glad Annette said. She said, well, it didn't work in Florida. Zimmerman is still walking around. You know why? Rest in peace to Trayvon Martin. He proved that he was an imminent threat. They proved that he acted wrongly. Now pay attention. Pay attention to the law now. Pay attention to the law. He had a right to be under the assumption that, rest in peace, Mr. Trayvon Martin was outside, maybe up to no good, because of the sad bullshit that they categorize everybody with wearing a hood. Unfortunately, I can't even get mad at that. You know why I can't get mad at that? Because when we was running around back in the days with our champion hoods, and when we pulled our drawstrings down because we didn't want our faces to be seen. And see, what you can prove about the person's character is another thing. Floyd Martin. Trayvon, they had all types of situations where the reason why he was staying there because he could no longer be under the care of his mother. He was acting up in school. He was messing around with the wrong guys, et cetera, et cetera. Shit all our kids go through. Shit all of our kids go through. We just got to pray that they know how to differentiate right from wrong. Everybody in here had a friend that was into some bullshit that the average person would have been like, why the fuck are you fucking with him or her? But you said that was my friend. That's a fact. It's fucked up, Annette. She said, and Dice, it doesn't mean shoot him because he was wearing a hoodie. The man should have never approached him. That's a fact. Trying to be a super rent-a-cop. Trying to be somebody part of a community watch security system. Some shit that he done patched together in his motherfucking brain. But when it comes to this, unless they got a video of this whole shootout where one of the men that's alive or unalive turned the firearm onto this young lady right here, because they're going to try to flip this whole scenario. They're going to try to flip this whole scenario. Maybach say, yo, Florida gun laws is the wild, wild west, y'all. We got to understand what we're doing. See, Dog, shout out to Dog for bringing the United USCC. Bust that down, what that mean, Dog. It means if, God forbid, you had to bust your gun. God forbid you have to bust your gun. You may have to defend yourself. You may have to defend your family. There's a lawyer that's on deck. You don't have to say nothing. All you got to do is give your lawyer's card and everything else will work. I did a show on it where a young man, they ambushed him at a hotel. The young man shot one of the men. Unfortunately, the man was unalive. The young man sat in jail for maybe a year, and all charges was dropped and dismissed. Dog said the United Concealed Carry Association. Your United States. He didn't put the S up. Yeah. Grown folk shit. So, my dumb ass was supposed to look into the shit, and I didn't even look into it. And that could actually help the situation, and this could have helped this young situation with this young lady right here. Because unless that video shows that firearm being aimed on this young lady, they're going to really, really try to railroad this young child. Pay attention. She hasn't been found not guilty of anything. They're pressing charges on her. 7, I see you, girl. Don't curse me out. Don't curse me out. My family this week. They're going to press charges on her, man. Word up. Meek said the two charges, the two that are alive should be charged too for the two bodies that were caught while committing the crime. That's a cold-blooded fact. That's a fact, because if you're involved with someone, when somebody die, that's a fact. That's your body too. But she's out on $2.5 million bail because she adamantly said her brother, she felt as though his life was in danger. But shout out to Meek Mills. Shout out to Meek Mills, man. Shout out to Meek Mills because he just was arrested. You dig what I'm saying? Paradise Osa, 1941. Appreciate you for pulling up in the building. We got to give him some props. We got to give him some real props for that, because shout out to Meek Mill and Jay-Z for actually putting that that fundraiser together where they got a group of great lawyers. Like if anybody in here saw the movie Hurricane with Denzel Washington, where the professional boxer was arrested for so many years, and then a group of advocates that was taught to intricately go through people's cases. He got his case overturned and came home. Well, shout out to Meek Mills because I'm going to keep my prayers up. I can't get into the depth of the story too much because everything right now is for him, because you know he just was arrested. They said he was just pulled out of a car in New York, out of his Bentley, guns drawn on him, and allegations that have not been confirmed. Allegations that there was a gun in the car. Gunner said he was just detained. The reason why I got to give him his props, is because what I saw him say was, just because this is what we got to go through because we're young and black. And then they said he supposedly made a statement saying that he's not afraid to walk around without a gun. And the reason why they said that they allegedly might have been just in particular paying attention to him is because of his name, who he is, and they said they might have smelled some marijuana in the car. But see, in New York, that's no longer probable cause. That's no longer probable cause. Smelling marijuana in the car is just like smelling a cigarette in the car. Oh, could you put the cigarette out? Could you put the spliff out, please, while I'm talking to you? Now, if you're caught driving, Lee, I see you in the building, salute, for life. Now, if you're driving and the police should happen to pull you over, and you're smoking marijuana while driving, or if you're observed by police officers smoking marijuana while driving, you will be charged just like a person that would be charged with a DWI. It's going to go across as the same charge, a DWI, a driving while intoxicated, whether you're smoking marijuana or you're drinking or the consumption of alcohol. So shout out to Meek Mills, man. Like I said, he held it down pretty sturdily. He wasn't disrespectful or anything like that. But the last part of the show is going to be something a lot of people we got to pay attention to. Some may get upset, but you know, I don't give a fuck, because when it comes to controversy, I like to break things down from every angle, man. From every angle. I'm talking about every angle, man. Because we got to talk about Big U. Simple and plain, we got to talk about Big U.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds be cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Swiss baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like, high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you sliding through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
Annette said, it's sad, shaking my head, rest in peace to his son. Perfect example of you can do shit in the street and it can affect your children. Rest in peace to Lil Uy, his son right here. Let me tell you something before I get into this, because they say the sins of our parents fall on us. Let's just get into this one fact. Big U, allegedly, Federal Bureau of Investigation has him arrested right now, and he is facing the rest of his life for allegedly so many host of things, and allegedly being a leader of the notorious gang called the Crips. They said it's 6,000 to 8,000 members, 6,000 to 8,000 Crip members in Los Angeles, California. And they say he's in charge, allegedly, of all of that. We heard his name in so many allegations. Situation with Nipsey Hussle, may he rest in peace. A lot of people in California and a lot of people to this day say he is the reason why Nipsey Hussle is no longer here with us. He's no longer alive because of Nipsey Hussle wanting to turn his community into everything that the Crip culture is supposed to stand for. Unity, constant revolution. Everything is going to be in progress for the children, for the elders. Some people said that they felt as though that Nipsey Hussle was cooperating with the police. Some people will say that he was cooperating with the police. People like myself will say that he was having conversations with the police. They came to certain understandings that police brutality, of course, they're going to be upset. They're going to be worried about gang violence and homicides and murders and et cetera, et cetera. But still, we had to focus on police brutality. We had to focus on a better communication and on a relationship between the police and the gang members. And Big U, they said Big U was like, yo, Nip was acting like he was in charge now. They said Nip was acting like he was in charge and he wasn't planning on, I guess, listening to the direct orders, allegedly, of Mr. Big U. Y'all know the outcome. Shitty Cuz, that's his name. The guy that's been accused and been in jail getting beat ever since the death of Nipsey Hussle. Then you got other allegations against Mr. Big U about him being allegedly involved in the unaliving of his son's best friend from football team. They had Big U's name come into the allegations, unfortunately, with the death of PNP Rock. Walk with me for a minute. We got a bunch of sons. We got a bunch of fathers that are crying over their sons. Pay attention. We got a bunch of fathers that have just cried over their sons. But let me tell y'all something about that Grim Reaper. Let me tell you something about that Grim Reaper. That nigga there, he want his too. Like the way you made somebody else hurt, the way you made somebody sit up and prepare to have a homegoing service for them, the way you may have just mentally and spiritually broke someone's brother, sister, mother, father, cousin, because you know we all got that favorite cousin. Hey, Brownie, how you doing, girl? We got to think about that for a minute. We got to think about that shit. Annette says that shit, that's one of my deepest fears. That karma don't miss. That's one of my deepest fears. That karma coming back to your child. Just imagine that shit. You get the call that your child is no longer here. Not because of an accident, car accident, electrical accident, something into that nature, something pertaining to an ailment, a natural causes, but someone else had the right to be the reason why your child is no longer alive. Because they say killers ain't got no problems going to sleep. But see, when them parents were sitting up at night crying over their family members, their sons, their daughters, their nephews, their little brothers, their grandsons, they couldn't go to sleep. That motherfucker's coming back to you. Now, unfortunately, pay attention to this. Big U is sitting in jail facing federal charges that can put him away for the rest of his life. And his son was unalived, and he's in jail right now, and it's nothing he can do about it. It's nothing. He can call 1,000 peoples. Every conversation that he has is being recorded. Every conversation that he has ever had since he's been incarcerated is going to be recorded. And his child is no longer physically here. They got all type of allegations running around right now in California. Some people saying, oh, this is retaliation for this killing, and this is retaliation for that killing. This is retaliation for that killing. First of all, I can't say yay or nay. The only thing we do understand is that this young man is alive, and allegedly, because I'm going to do a part 2 on this, allegedly the person that unalived him was allegedly arrested. Think about that. He's in jail right now for murder, conspiracy to murder, racketeering, extortion, kidnapping, stabbings, shootings, ordering the death of people. The U.S. parents stay unhealable and broken. Unhealable. That's deep. Lee said, we are unhealable and broken because we don't even get a chance to heal from one unfortunate, tragic event. And that's cold-blooded facts. That's cold-blooded fact. We can't even heal. We can't even heal correctly. Your brother passed. Your mother passed. Your sister passed. You lose your child. Your mom's passed. The only thing that was holding you together when all of these people left, and then your moms leave. Man, you don't have no chance to heal. But I'm wondering right now what's going through the mind of Big U. Seriously, I'm wondering what's going through the mind right now of Big U, because this could actually have nothing to do with him. The only reason why it's getting the publicity as it probably being something to do with Big U is because it's Big U's son. People fail to realize this is a grown man right here. And then there are also allegations that he was in a Hoover neighborhood. I don't understand about anything like that. If somebody has some know-how about that in the chat, please type it in. Because if I wasn't mistaken, that they all were blue. They all were blue, allegedly. So I could be wrong. I don't know the politics of gang life. I don't know the politics of California gang life. I don't know the politics of any of that. Now, when it comes to Halloween, that's another reason why I didn't believe the whole scenario with Alpo Martinez. It's another reason why I didn't believe that this man was dead. Shout out to Monster Mo from Just Talk Real Talk. Y'all get over to Monster Mo at Just Talk Real Talk. Somebody drop his link for me. Monster Mo, Just Talk Real Talk. He just did a part 2 series on if he believes if Alpo Martinez is alive or dead. Now, this man right here, unfortunately, was unalived on Halloween. On Halloween. On Halloween. They say that's a very, very, it's always been a very, very dangerous time of the year when I was coming up. Because, you know, it's 3 times in Brooklyn the police don't come. Y'all know what them 3 times is, right? There's 3 times in Brooklyn where the police don't come. That's Halloween, New Year's Eve, and the 4th of July. Halloween, New Year's Eve, and the 4th of July. It was in California. It was in California, City Boy. He got killed Halloween in California in a Hoover neighborhood, allegedly in a Hoover neighborhood. And from what they're saying, the people that were involved with this may have known him because from what witnesses saw, someone called him over to a vehicle. And he stopped in his tracks and turned around and went towards this vehicle. That's a fact, 7. Halloween, New Year's Eve, and the 4th of July. Police ain't coming because they so used to so much, like they say, them is certain days when hood beef is resolved. It's some crazy ass shit. It's like some motherfucking, how can I say? It's like some agreement between the police and the street niggas. Like, check this out. When y'all niggas want to purge, because that's all it is. When y'all want to purge, we're going to let you niggas purge on the 4th of July. God damn it. Go ahead, you good. Because the 4th of July, you know, hypothetically speaking, just me, just talking, you know, just giving my point of view. 4th of July, go ahead, niggers, kill yourself. Go ahead and kill yourself. This is always my analogy of it. And then when you say, quote unquote, Halloween, go ahead and let a bunch of goddamn niggers dress up like clowns and kill themselves anyway. This is always my analogy. And then for the New Year's Eve people that unfortunately lives was lost, God damn it, another nigga that don't get to get into the damn New Year. Kill him all. Net saying, they were saying it was all a setup. City Boy said, yo, is Jim Jones right about gangs still being at war? Well, shout out to my nigga Man Do the Warrior and my guy Bad Vibes. If y'all not following them on Instagram, make sure y'all follow them on Instagram and follow them on YouTube at Bad Vibes and Man Do the Warrior. Somebody drop that link up in there. You dig what I'm saying? From what I heard, those individuals, which are official OGs of that blood situation, they said there's no such thing as a war anymore. Shout out to Man Do, Bad Vibes, all the official OGs that they said all the wars and things that happened pertaining to that organization, they said it was never even supposed to come to the street, but since it did go to the street, I heard the OG say this shit on his own page. He said now is their time for upliftment and showing people how to do things the right way. Facts. See, like he said, it's the young boys still at war. I think that's why Bad Vibes, Man Do, Stone, a lot of the old school gangsters are part of these new founded organizations that are trying to decrease the war and the gun violence that's going on in the street. Because unfortunately, that's what the problem is. The problem is our young brothers that they're exhausted in communication skills. Shout out to Hocus 4/5. Shout out to Hocus 4/5 for that drop the flag. That's a fact. It's a lot of our young brothers that they're so exhausted in communication skills that a lot of the frustration is coming from them not knowing how to continue to communicate themselves without getting angry. I don't know if that shit makes sense, but you know, it'll frustrate somebody that doesn't know how to communicate. It's just like back in the days, James on Good Times, he told his wife, yo, she said, why you ain't go to the interview, James? He said, I ain't go to the interview because I knew I was gonna fuck up. She was like, what you mean? He said, all the stuff that I wanted to say when they asked me to describe myself, he said, I knew how to say it. He said, but I wasn't sure I knew how to spell it. And he said all the words that he knew how to spell didn't describe how he really wanted to present himself to the coworkers. So he just went home. Meaning, by example, when you feel as though you don't know how to do something, it will frustrate you so much where you will make the wrong decision, whether it's to tell yourself that you can't be something or you can't accomplish something, or to make you do something that could be much more detriment where you can go hurt someone or put yourself in a position where someone hurts you. A lot of these young dudes today, they don't know how to communicate with each other. Their communication is valued on how much money they have, how much drugs they selling, how much women they have, how much bodies they got. Hoodie salute. And you want to hear some funny shit? You want to know who gave them young dudes the format to that way of thinking that they're thinking? A lot of the OGs that passed it down to us, that we passed it down to. See, the whole thing about that whole scenario, that mindset of being in the street and evolving past it, it's like jumping rope. I've always said the game is like jumping rope. Like, you know, when you got two sisters, you know what I'm saying? They turn in that rope. Then you got that homegirl that'll get up in there. She could jump rope eating banana pudding. She could jump rope rolling a blunt. You dig what I'm saying? She could jump rope, split, hit the ground, hit on the motherfucking hands. And then you got the other chick that come up in there and she might get one or two chops. But then that rope done fucked her legs up because she doesn't know how to move. She doesn't know how to coordinate. And she doesn't know how to go through obstacles. But so you remember that homegirl back in the days that used to jump double dutch? That motherfucker could eat banana pudding. She could cook. She could fry a fish sandwich. She could fry a fish sandwich. And they be, damn, you ever seen my motherfucking cousin used to jump? Shout out to my cousin Satrell. My cousin used to jump rope so long, the girls used to get tired and just stop turning the rope. Y'all remember that shit? She ain't gonna let nobody else get a chance. She always hogging. I'm tired. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's why a lot of these young boys is going through what they're going through. Because communication comes through ego with them nowadays. Or if you think, oh, that nigga plays. Yeah, let me tell you something. The most dangerous thing you can do is know how to continue to survive. Don't let that go over your head. The most dangerous thing you can do as a black man is to continue how to survive. That's a fact. And pay attention to what I said. The sins of the fathers fall on their children. We got Big U in prison. He can't pay. He can't post bail. He can't post bail. Right now, he can't even be a human being. A lot of decisions that we make, we know the consequences and the outcome too. A lot of the motherfuckers just like to gamble, y'all. A lot of motherfuckers just like to gamble. I'm telling you, we know the consequences and the outcomes to sin. Simple and plain. But if you can utilize and manipulate the game, like I said, when like when you got the person that can get in the game and get out and always have like it's a bunch of older chicks right now in their 30s and 40s and 50s, but when you see them at they family reunions and they see their little cousins and their daughters and them turning rope, you don't notice some of them older chicks will be up in there and be like they jumping rope too? Because see, they still got it. They still got it. They can't jump like they used to do back in the days when the clip claps was everything, but they still know the mechanism of how to survive that rope without being attacked by the ankles. Remember that? Can you dig it? The game that was showed to us was show. It's like the principle. I think the most thing I can say I got from the gangsters was the principle and the honor of this shit. Like the principle and the honor of this shit. Once you get the principles and the honor of life, you're all right. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I just came to give y'all some ghetto gospel. I hope y'all had a great weekend, especially when it comes to that Halloween. I don't be fucking with that shit. But y'all know the slogan. Another day alive, another day free. Type it in the chat. Y'all know the rest. Peace. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?